வாழ்க வளமுடன். The six dimensions of wellness. So let us see what are list out what are those six wellnesses. The first one is the physical wellness. The second one is the mental or emotional, because that is also a very important thing in our life. And then the third point is the financial wellness, because unless and otherwise you balance your financial things, then it is very difficult to achieve the other things. So, in order to achieve all those things, we need intellectual wellness, and then spiritual, and finally social. So, these are the four, six wellness factors or dimensions we are going to discuss today. Let us start from the physical wellness. What is physical? Actually, health is without health, nothing can be achieved. And though we are aware that people are having plenty of money, but at the same time, when they are not healthy, then there is no point in having huge money, and then it is not going to be helpful to him or her. And in that case, that is the reason why health is the key factor. Health is the wealth. We know from the saying, health is the biggest wealth. And then in order to achieve that, we need to have healthy habits, eating habits, and nutritious food, having consuming nutritious food, and then timely sleep. And then we can also think about how you practice, and what is the frequency of your intake, and what are those things which causes. Because in Indian philosophy, there are a lot of things like sattvic food, tamas food, and then rajesh food, and then all these things are different types of foods, because which is food is the though we have different three types of gunas, and definitely to a certain level it is a factor behind our character, it is a factor behind our behavior, and then hence we have to be very careful about what we eat and how we eat. So that is very important. So that is called as the physical wellness. And second thing, as I told you, it is called as the mental wellness or emotional wellness. Emotions, and today we can see that a lot of things are happening because uh, a person is not able to balance, and I won't say control, it is a kind of management. You need to manage. In fact, there is a book called Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman. That is also a key factor in order to achieve mental balance. That is why we need to understand what is emotional wellness. The emotion, people cannot be very submissive always, people cannot be very aggressive, and at the same time, there is a word called assertive. There's a book called Don't Say Yes When You Want to Say No, meaning that people should know, if it is not for me, people should know how to say no in a polite way without hurting others. So that is very important. And emotional balance, you can see that even on the roads, we can see that youngsters, that is called as the road rage. Somebody is overtaking you, somebody is not giving way to you, and all those. While driving, people get into all those. We can see different types of emotions on the road. See, not only there, our relationships are getting spoiled, and today we are able to see a lot of breakups, and things like that, all because of one unable to balance the emotions. So that is why it is very next to physical, the emotional balance. In fact, there is a formula given for happy life. Like, what is happy life? It is IQ plus EQ plus SQ. Here, IQ is denoted by the intelligent quotient. Like intelligent. Here, we are also talking about the intelligence. Intelligence doesn't mean that it is only the college studies, and then universities, and then degrees or diplomas what we receive. It is actually, your knowledge, your in-depth knowledge in the particular field or industry you have chosen. And here, updation of knowledge is important, and then unlearn, relearn, and update your knowledge, and all those things will come under intellectual. Intellectual, that is why called as the IQ. So IQ plus EQ. EQ is the emotional quotient, and then SQ is the spiritual quotient. In order to achieve a calm and composed life, one has to have a balance of all these three dimensions. Spirituality is actually, it is very misinterpreted in recent days. Actually, people try to associate with the rituals. Actually, rituals are not the spiritual thing. Spiritual is knowing who you are, what is the purpose of your life, why are we here, what if, in fact, philosophy, if you see the history of the philosophy, it has started from the knowing how the universe is functioning, and life after death, and then before death, where are we coming from, all those. In order to address all those questions, basic questions, those things which comes under philosophy. Actually, spiritual is more philosophical, and unlike, see, it is very pathetic to see that in today's scenario, competitive world, people try to go to temples and worship only because they want something, and they want to achieve something in life. Actually, purpose of life is to be, we need to understand, we need to see the big picture of life. That is very important. That is why happy life can be achieved by a balance of all the three factors, like IQ, EQ, and SQ. And then another dimension what we are supposed to see is the financial wellness. That is also very important, because unless money, we are not saying that money is the one and the only thing we need to focus on. It is not so. But at the same time, without money is very difficult to have a happy life actually. So balance your money. So your attitude towards your money, your spending, your way of life, your lifestyle, everything matters. In fact, we can see that there are a lot of people, who earn, the celebrities who are earning in lakhs and crores. But when you see that their net worth, they are not able to balance their life with the kind of money what they earn. But actually, there are people who are earning in very meager thing, but they know how to balance it in today's world of plastic money, and your way of spending, your way of repaying the loan, everything matters. That is the reason why. And the uncertainty, we really do not know what will happen. So for we need to plan for contingency planning and things like that. We have to balance our um, we have to have a lifestyle, no doubt about that. But at the same time, at what cost, that is very important. And finally, we are going to talk about the social wellness. See, networking, why I have kept it for as the last thing, because that is, we have to focus more on the social wellness. Social wellness is like networking skills. Even in the corporates today, people are asking about the networking skills are very important. Not only with the known people. In those days it is only people try to mingle with their own community. Today that's not the scenario. The world has become, thanks to internet and thanks to the global village scenario, and anybody can be friendly, and then friendly with person who's in a different continent, and social media. And then it is a huge thing, huge opportunities are available. But networking, what I'm trying to mean here is actually, your interpersonal skill and with your intrapersonal skills. Meaning that interpersonal skills are like our relationship with people around us. At the same time, intrapersonal relationship is also very important. There are people who are happy while they are talking to others, but given an opportunity, they are afraid to be with themselves. Actually, given an opportunity, we should be friendly with our own selves. So All these things put together is the social wellness. In order to achieve happy and peaceful life, we need to balance all the six factors of wellness. வாழ்க வளமுடன்.